Now, this story had me truly puzzled. When I first heard it on the news, I was a little curious and honestly heartbroken to hear about what happened to these children. But the more I dug into the story, the more puzzling it became to me. Now, we all know how important it is to take care of your children and obviously be a responsible parent. Thankfully, I ain't got no kids. But in this case, when you do have children, obviously you need to be the best parent possible, but that's not the case in this story. So today we're diving into that heartbreaking and truly complicated story as mentioned, and this isn't just another case of a struggling single mother. This is a story of pride, tragedy, and the devastating consequences of refusing to ask for help when it's needed the most. And on the other hand, I think there's a great argument for fathers when it comes to having custody of their children. Because in my personal opinion, if you're fiscally responsible for said child, I also think you should have custody of it. But we'll talk more about that later on in the video. Today we're talking about the tragic story of Tateona Williams and her children. Tateona Williams, a homeless mother in Detroit, lost her 2 children in a freezing van parked at a casino parking garage. She had options. She had people she could have reached out to, and yet she didn't. Now, if what the father of one of these kids is saying is true, this situation could have been avoided entirely. Let's break it down. All right, so let's go over what happened. Now, on a brutally cold night, Tateona Williams was living in her van with her 2 youngest children, ages 2 and 3, in the parking garage of the MGM Grand Casino in Detroit. Now, at some point, she left them in the van alone while she went inside the casino. Why she would do this, I have no idea. However, by the time she returned, her 2 kids had frozen to death.
Day 7 News Detroit reporter Darren Cunningham spoke to the mother of those 2 kids about the tragic situation.
Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up, please.
Now, this story instantly went viral. People were shocked, heartbroken, and obviously angry. A GoFundMe was even started raising over $50,000 in support of Williams, but as more details started coming out, things got a little more complicated.
Cause I can guarantee you this, your motherfucking story don't add the fuck up to nobody. Ain't no motherfucking way you ran out of motherfucking gas. And your ass didn't know. Where the fuck was you at? You wasn't in that fucking car. And now that I got more information, and bitch, I know that you was on some bullshit, bitch. You wasn't in that motherfucking car. How the fuck 2 grown goddamn adults in the car with a 13-year-old and 4 motherfucking minors, and none of you motherfuckers woke up? The first thing that happened when you fucking get cold, right? When you sleeping outside, the first thing that happened, your fucking fingertips get cold.
Now, according to the reports, she never told anyone she was homeless, not even her own family. And here's the kicker. One of the fathers of the children spoke out, claiming that he had no idea she was even struggling like this. He said that if she had told him, he would have taken his child in. But instead, she held on to custody and ultimately made a choice that led to the unimaginable tragedy.
On the treadmill, she called saying, can I make it to the hospital right now? They gone. I was hoping it was a sick joke, but it wasn't.
Had Tateona ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. All she said was, can I get him? Can I get him? Just to get him, and can I get him? Because y'all homeless, that's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless for 3 months.
Say, that's what I saw, about 3 months, but she ain't never said nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they didn't cut all that. No, she did not.
She didn't reach out to him, and she didn't reach out to his family either. And she never told anyone she was homeless. So what went wrong here? Now, this isn't about women trying to be independent and failing. Contrary to what people say, there are plenty of single mothers out there who make it work and raise actual, good to do kids. And honestly, this isn't even about poverty. There are resources available for struggling parents, especially when children are involved. This is purely about pride and ego, 100%. And you can't even argue me on that. You can't convince me otherwise. And this is one of the reasons why me personally, I don't want to have kids. And there are millions of other guys who agree with me. Because the idea that the mother automatically gets custody of the child just doesn't make any sense to me, especially when the mother is not making as much money as the father. Now, obviously there are situations where it does make more sense for the mom to be in custody. We're not arguing that. But when you are damn near homeless, there is no reason for you to be having custody of the children. The children should go to the father. Clearly the father has a home, he's got a job, he's got vehicles, so obviously someone's making some sort of money. The children would have been warm, they would have been safe, and they would have been in the care of their father. Instead, she let her ego and pride get in the way and ultimately made a decision that cost her 2 children. On top of that, I've been hearing stories about, videos of her apparently being out partying or whatever the case may be.
Y'all in there fucking this type of music. Y'all in here dancing like this and all this, that, and the other bullshit. Y'all just gonna act like we didn't see the motherfucking child in the motherfucking, in the goddamn video. And then there go that stupid bitch back there, fucking chilling. There she go right there. Hold up. So at the end, yeah, these names. Yeah, Tateona, Daquan, all of these motherfuckers. Why the fuck is it a goddamn baby in there with y'all? Y'all can call it whatever the fuck y'all want to call it. Ain't no reason y'all motherfuckers should be in there listening to this type of music on this type of motherfucking time with a fucking child in there. That's how much I know that y'all sons of bitches don't give a fuck about kids.
Now, if this is also the case, not only was she negligible, she should be criminally held liable for the loss of these two children. That's just my opinion. Let's keep going. Now, for whatever reason, Tateona Williams did not want to admit that she needed help. She didn't reach out to the fathers, she didn't reach out to the families, and she didn't even let her own people know that she was homeless. And again, instead, she tried to handle everything on her own until it was too late. Now, I get that some people don't like to ask for help, but when you have children, it's not just about you anymore. The second you become a parent, your pride has to take a back seat. And if you're genuinely unable to provide for them, you have an obligation to find someone who can. If she truly couldn't take care of her kids, she should have given full custody to her fathers. There's no shame in that. But instead, she held on to them despite her circumstances, and now, those kids are unfortunately gone. You know, this is one of those stories that really make you sit back and think. And again, I'm very thankful that I don't have children. Fellas, you need to be careful with who you have children with because you never know who that person is, I guess, until you finally hit that stage with them, right? And I'm no relationship guru, I'm not a relationship expert, I'll never claim to be, I'm just the guy observing, you know, just watching all these things happen. And I think at the end of the day, there has to be something done with family court law. There has to be something done about it because there are a lot of kids that are losing their lives or ending up in worse situations because the divorce court doesn't necessarily care about the children's well-being. They just care about who's going to be paying their next invoice. And unfortunately, because we're such a capitalistic society, a lot of the things we would, I guess, consider to be empathetic or, you know, actual foresight into where these children are going to end up have to take a back seat to the almighty dollar. So until those things change, we're going to continue to see cases like this. And for guys, it's ultimately on us to not only have the contraceptive necessary when it comes to casual encounters, unless you live in Missouri, because if you spill on that seed, you're getting sued and you're probably going to jail. Side note, can we talk about that real quick? What a crazy law. Now listen, I understand this is in order to combat some of the new policies that have been rolling out through the Trump administration, but that idea that if you spill seed, you go into jail is crazy. So if you're up in Missouri, you better, I don't know what you're gonna do. You probably have to just be celibate. Yeah, welcome to the club. Not me, I'm not celibate. I'm just saying, like, welcome to the club of celibate. So at the end of the day, I think the court laws need to be changed, regardless, whether that be how we disseminate or distribute the children amongst the parents, how we handle co-parenting going forward, or even just the case of who gets full custody. Things have to change because if these things are allowed to continue the way they're going, then again, we're gonna see children in these precarious situations. Now, it's easy to just blame one person, but there are deeper issues at play. We've got poverty, mental health, pride, and the way that our society handles struggling parents. At the end of the day, this didn't have to happen. Help was there. Family was there. The fathers were there, but sometimes the hardest thing to do is to admit you need help before it's too late. But what do y'all think? Do you think Tateona Williams was in the wrong? I personally think she was. I don't think she should have left those children in the car, obviously. I think anyone with a brain could come to that decision, but let me know if you've got a difference in opinion in the comment section below. And if you made it this far, clearly you like the content, so hit that subscribe button, hit the like button so other people can see this video. Share this video with the homie. We're trying to grow to 10,000 subs, and I need you to be a part of this community. So make sure you hit those buttons, leave your comments and the thoughts below. Check out the description links in the description, obviously. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for stopping by and watching this video with me, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.